can start. So, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. Welcome to the weekly meeting of the Rotary Club of Barrie.
Good afternoon, President Deb.
Thank you all. I just know all of you, you know, I could lip read all of you saying that, so really appreciate that. So a special welcome to our visiting Rotarians and special guests. And let's see, we have our O Canada. We will begin the meeting with O Canada and a toast to the Queen. Awesome, and a toast to the Queen. And things go better when you are here. So visiting guests, Dr. J, you have a guest.
President Deb, I do on behalf of Sue Croft. My guest today is Taylor Curry.
And President Deb, I noticed Julia is here from Rotary Club of Barrie.
President Deb, I have a guest. Yeah.
Great, Jody.
I'd like to introduce the club to Craig Walwyn. Some of you may have heard of his name before, but I'm very pleased to have Craig Walwyn here today.
That's great. Thank you so much, Craig. You are a special Rotarian attending the meeting. Really appreciate that. Do we have any other surprises with you, Jody?
Maybe some other surprises, but no other guests.
Okay,
and anyone that would pale in comparison to Craig.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoy the meeting. Our Beacon editor this week is Graydon. So Graydon's making an appearance today too, which is awesome. And he read his Beacon. So thank you very much, Graydon, for doing that. And Marta, thank you so much for a great Beacon last week. You did an awesome job. Scary though is you just might get called on again to do it. So great job. So announcements we have. Let's see. Allison, would you like to start us off?
I'm just looking for Bob Murphy on the line, and I don't think he's signed in yet, President Deb.
Okay, are you ready for Julia?
Where was that video? The one from Rotary.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
So he's not here yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move to Dave. Okay, Dave Tisch, you have some announcements and education for us around foundations.
Thank you, President Deb. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect. President Deb, fellow Rotarians and friends of Rotary, although last week marked the end of the Rotary Foundation Month, it doesn't mean that we can forget about the Rotary Foundation for the rest of the year. Donations to Rotary Foundation can be made at any time of the year. Many of you have already made very generous donations to the Rotary Foundation, and in particular Polio Plus, and for that I profusely thank you. However, I'm not certain why we're not seeing the donations that we typically are seeing from our club Perhaps it's because we're not meeting in person this year, and I just came across another reason why we're not getting the donations that we usually do, and I'll get into that in a second. But at this point in time, I just wanted to share with you that we're pretty short of our goals set for us by President Debbie. Our goals were to raise $2,500 for the annual fund, and we're currently at about $350 in that section. And we were to raise $12,000 for Polio Plus, and we're currently at $6,823.62. So we were hoping to raise, hopefully, like total for the foundation, $14,500, and we currently raised about half, $7,173, which is good, but still not as good as we can do. I was talking with Wayne Dennis today. We haven't received the quarterly donations, but that's been because we haven't been billing anybody over since March. So because there's been no billings, nobody has been getting their deductions from their credit cards. So we're going to try to rectify that in the next few weeks with Wayne, because if you want your tax receipts from Revenue Canada, the donations have to be in by the end of December. But if you've forgotten to make your donations, again, I would ask you to please either mail me a check or drop a check in my front door mailbox, or you can go online to TRF Canada, the Rotary Fund Canada, .org, and make a donation over the next few weeks. If you make a donation online, I would ask that you give me a quick email so that that you can tell me how much you donated and where you donated it to. And that's really about it for now, President Deb, for respect to the foundation. Now, the second thing I have is a small presentation on what's the difference between the foundations, the Rotary Foundation and the Barrie Rotary Club Charitable Foundation. And that I have a short slideshow to show you, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. I think we have to share screen, is that right? Do I do that? President Deb?
Jeff has to let you. He has to give you the option to do so.
Yeah, he
You are
should
now
be
able
good
to.
now.
Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, do I share screen?
Share screen and then start your presentation.
Okay, so I'm all ready to go. Everybody can see my presentation there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna get it into full, sorry. Okay, so here we go. So today I just want to go over, there seems to have been some confusion between what is the difference between the Rotary International Foundation and the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation. So I just want to take a few minutes to go through what the difference is between these two foundations. So first, let's look at an organizational chart. If we look at this chart, you can see that Rotary International is sitting at the top. We're all part of Rotary International, and a section of Rotary International is the Rotary International Foundation. Below that are all the Rotary clubs worldwide, and I've taken two examples of Rotary clubs, the Rotary Club of Barrie and the Rotary Club of Barrie Huronia. Below that, you will see below the Rotary Club of Barrie is the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation. Rotary clubs worldwide will donate to the Rotary International Foundation, and in return, some districts and clubs will get grants from the International Foundation to do the works of Rotary. Similarly, if we look down here at the Charitable Foundation, Rotarians, community members, corporations, etc., can donate to the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation, and it will give back money to the Rotary Club of Barrie in the form of grants to be used by the Board of Directors for certified projects. Now, I want to go back just to the Rotary International Foundation and just talk about it a little bit. The Rotary International Foundation was started in 1917 by the fourth Rotary president, Arch Clump, at the Atlanta Convention. And at that time, a donation of $26.50 was made from the Rotary Club of Kansas to the Rotary Endowment Fund, as it was known at that time, which was a surplus of funds from a gift that was given to the outgoing president. Then not much happened with this fund until the death of Paul Harris in 1947, when the assets grew to $1.775 million from memorial donations made to Paul Harris. And currently, with all assets, the current foundation, the current Rotary International Foundation, is worth over $1 billion. The foundation is listed as on the Forbes top 100 charities in the United States as number 45 in 2019. It's governed by its own board of directors, but Rotary International does have oversight over the foundation. And there are associated foundations in Canada, Australia, Germany, Brazil, India, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Now there are the Rotary International Foundation has 6 signature causes, which are listed here: peace building, disease prevention, water sanitation, maternal child health, basic education and literacy, and community economic development. And you'll see that the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation is built on similar pillars. These are the grants that were given in 2018 to these various causes, to a total of $86,677,399. With that type of money going in, you can just imagine that all of this money was given to various Rotary clubs to undertake various projects, as well as to the GPEI, or Global Polio Eradication Initiative, that we talked about last week. Now let's go back again here and look at this part down here, the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Trust. I'm not going to say much about that, except to say that the Rotary Club of Barrie is a charitable trust, and as such can issue charitable receipts. And if you're a member in good standing of the Rotary Club of Barrie, you are a member of the charitable trust. Not all Rotary clubs can actually give charitable receipts, because you're not automatically a charity just because you're a Rotary club. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. Now we're going to go back here and talk about the actual charitable foundation. The Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation was established in 2003 by the first board of directors, which was Al Purser, who's a lawyer, Tom Hards, a chartered accountant, Bernie Still, who's in our club still and a developer, and Ron Dennis, who is a chartered accountant. It was founded principally to deal with, or I may be a little bit wrong on this, but it was principally to deal with a large donation that was made from the sale of the Macmillan House, which I believe was a halfway house that the Rotary Club of Barrie had purchased or had built, or something along those lines. And when it was closed down and sold, the Rotary Club of Barrie was given $250,000. It was also another reason for it was so that it's a place where Rotary Club of Barrie members could provide a legacy or perhaps donate just for future generations. Although generally the same funding, signature funding areas as the Rotary Foundation, the Charitable Foundation has defined the four main pillars for funding, which is Youth Fund, Vocational Fund, Community Fund, and the International Fund. However, over time, as the board of directors were changed over and things, there were some difficulties or concerns with the way that the Charitable Foundation was run. So initially, the major concern was safety of the funds. This resulted in investments being made primarily in GICs, which gave us very little return on money. The second concern was that the board of directors on the Charitable Foundation were also tasked with trying to find projects to fund, as the Charitable Foundation was run as a separate organization at arm's length from the Rotary Club of Barrie. However, under the guidance of Chair Chris Garapy, an investment strategy was designed and implemented, and this resulted in far greater returns on money on investments, on the returns on investments, as well as at the same time keeping our money very safe. Under the last 2 years, under the chairmanship of Arlette Utton, a decision was made that approximately 3.5% of their funds have to be spent every year. And the decision was made to direct these funds back to the Rotary Club of Barrie. And this relieves the Charitable Foundation Board of Directors from looking for projects to fund. As well, it then gives the Charitable Foundation Board of Directors projects that have already been vetted by the Rotary Club of Barrie Board of Directors. So we have a little bit of less work for the directors and getting better projects that we can fund. So under these terms, if you're on a spending committee, such as the community service, environmental service, and vocational service, and you have projects that are looking for additional funding, and your project's been approved by the Rotary Club of Barrie Board of Directors, you can apply for a grant from the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation. In the case of international service, I believe the project must be one that is applying for a matching grant from Rotary International, so that you can build up your funds a lot quicker with that. So it should be clear to everyone that although approximately $18,000 of funds is approved this year, the Rotary Club of Barrie, or the Charitable Foundation, doesn't just hand this money over to the Rotary Club of Barrie. It has to be requisitioned from the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation on a project-by-project basis. For example, if the project is not deemed suitable by the board of directors of the Charitable Foundation, there will be no money forthcoming, even though it could be a project that the Rotary Club of Barrie board of directors deemed to be a fit project. So at present, the Charitable Foundation has over $700,000 in investments, and every member of the Rotary Club of Barrie is also a member of the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation, which is why once a year, at least at a club assembly, a report has to be made by the Charitable Foundation. Both the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation and the Rotary International Foundation accept donations in any manner. That is, they can be cash, securities, real estate, life insurance policies, bequests. So you can give whatever you like to either foundation. This is your current board of directors of the Charitable Foundation. Arlette Utton is the chair, Ian Pavlik secretary, Bob Greer treasurer, David McCullough and David Blancairn and Scott Elliott are board members. One thing I would say that if you're talking about foundations to anyone, talk about either the Rotary Foundation, which would be the same as the Rotary International Foundation, or talk about the Charitable Foundation, which is the Rotary Club of Barrie Charitable Foundation. The hard part basically comes down when you're trying to decide what foundation am I going to support here. And my suggestion is decide first, how much money are you going to donate to Rotary foundations? The amount is not relevant, as either foundation will take as whatever you want to donate. Once you make that decision, you can then either alternate your support year by year, or you can split it however you decide between the two foundations. But I think the important thing is that you support your foundations. From my own perspective, I've made a small bequest through life insurance policies to both the Rotary Foundation and the Rotary Charitable Foundation. However, I often use the Charitable Foundation for memorial donations to someone who has passed away, or I will give to, say, something like their ongoing program right now for the challenge. But you can support it however you see fit. You have to consider that the more money you donate to the Charitable Foundation, the more money will be available to Rotary Club of Barrie for various projects. Similarly, annual fund donations that are made to the Rotary Foundation will result in money coming back to the district, which is used for district designated grants, which are available to our club. If you donate to Polio Plus, you will aid in eliminating a terrible disease from the planet. With both the annual fund and the Polio Plus, you will accumulate Paul Harris recognition points towards an initial or multiple Paul Harris fellowship. But the decision ultimately boils down to you and you alone as to whether you will support these foundations. But to me, being a Rotarian means taking action. Donation is an action that can have far-reaching consequences for people in our community and internationally. So I'll close with this. Take action, donate today, and support your foundations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. That was a great outline and very clear. I know it does get confusing when we interchange, how we say charitable or foundations. So it's nice to have a defining way to make sure we understand which is which. So we are ready for our next announcement. Eric, would you like to lead us off?
Thanks, President Deb. Julia Heyman is with us today from the Rotaract Club of Barrie. I'm going to play a video from her, and then we can ask her for a few comments. Great new event coming up, Rotary themed. I'm not getting noise on that one. We just fixed that, didn't we?
Okay, we get one technical difficulty sorted out with this amazing mic, if everybody can see my mic here. So now we are trying to work with having multiple co-hosts. So in that means that we have another learning curve because each co-host then has to understand how sound comes out of their computer. So bear with us just a moment. I see Ian Pavlik there shaking his head going, yes, this is a learning curve. So thank you. Okay, we're all set.
Julia from the Rotaract Club of Barrie. Rotaract Club and the Barrie Rotary Club have come together to create a car rally for all the Rotary clubs in Barrie. The car rally consists of 10 different locations. You visit each location, answer a trivia question, and take a picture at each location. There are prizes to be won, and the event must be completed by 4 o'clock on December 19th. That night at 7 p.m., there will be a Zoom call where we will announce prize winners as well as show some pictures from the event. So how do you participate? Well, you donate $5 to a charity of your choice. We will recommend Youth Haven. Go to canadahelps.org. You can find Youth Haven there. And then send the confirmation of your donation to president@barrierotaract.ca, and then the passport will be sent to you. While you're out and about visiting all these locations, we do recommend visiting a drive-through to help support our local economy. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself at the president@barrierotaract.ca, or you can speak to Eric Dean, Wayne Dennis, or Alan Mallory. Thanks, everybody, and I hope you have fun.
Julia, did you want to add any commentary? I'll just mention that this really will be a great event. You will learn things about Rotary you did not know in our community. And over to you, Julia.
Yeah, so it basically is Rotary themed, but we tried to make sure that all the Rotary clubs had a location for each Rotary club. Rotaract is included in that as well. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. Hoping you have a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julia. That's awesome. And it's great that our clubs are working together and getting to know each other. So thanks so much for all your efforts in pulling this together. So Allison, did we have our guest come on yet?
We did not.
Okay, well, we'll hold
Sure
that
where
over for
he is.
another week.
Sorry, Deb. We'll try for next week.
No worries. Okay, but we will move on to birthdays and anniversaries. We have a few. So for birthdays, Graydon Oldfield, for your birthday, you became the Beacon editor. Happy birthday. Rob Hamilton, December 6th. And anniversaries, Larry and Ann Jones on December 9th, 53 years. Club anniversaries, we have Bruce Shipley on December 3rd today, 11 years. Wayne Dennis, December 4th, 12 years. Chris Garapi, December 7th, 31 years. Dave Porter, December 9th, 21 years. And Todd Tuckey, December 9th, 21 years as well. So quite an interesting and awesome day it was through those years. Do we have our happy birthday? We do.
Hey kid, I hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. So in appreciation of your birthday, we've made a donation to Polio Plus.
Happy birthday.
Of your, we're getting a little excited here. We're having a good time. So hopefully all of you are there too. It is a lot more fun when you have a group of people. So, you know, that's, I know Jody's got a few people there. And it does create for a little more fellowship. But for your birthday, you do have a donation to Polio Plus, and for your anniversary, a donation to the fight against COVID-19 that the Polio Resource Center is focused on. So happy birthday and happy anniversary to all. SAA Eric.
Gee, I gotta get the vest on. Thanks, President Deb. I saw Jason was on the line, so I better have the cut on. All right, we got a couple of slides, Jeff. Thank you, Deb. We are going to do a little bit of polling.
That's President Deb.
President Deb, sorry for that. I got lots of reasons to find myself today. All right, we're going to try out a couple of polls. So you will find, if we can launch the first one, you should find a question up on your screen to let us know this one. This is a test because we're going to be using this in our club assembly. So the first poll of the day is, have you set up a Christmas tree already this year? And you get multiple choices, yes, no, or we don't celebrate with the tree. Let's launch that one. No, look at her go. I can't see the results on my screen. So it's only on your screen, that's good. Yeah. All right. We've got 44 of 55 online voted. Of course, a few of us are multiple screens online. We're at 30 seconds. Or another, more votes coming in. All right, let's end the polling and see what our results are like. All right, we've got 51% have got the tree up, 45% not, and 4% don't celebrate with a tree. All right, so polling worked pretty good. Not bad, you guys are learning quickly. Let's try another one. Let's do the Rotary auction poll. So this time we've got a question around, did you support Rotary auction through giving, soliciting a prize, sharing on social media, or by buying? Look at those votes coming in. You guys are quick. Pretty good numbers. Jeff's the only one that actually gets to see the numbers coming in. We've got 45 votes out of 55 online.
It's all anonymous too.
All anonymous. All we see is the actual ticker tape coming in. We see how many votes have come in. That's 47 voted. Let's end polling. Very good. So we got 81% of you were able to support the auction. 19% did not, unfortunately. So don't forget, if you weren't able to support the auction, do feel free to make a donation to the SAA fund through Canada Helps or an e-transfer in the amount of $5, and we'll add that to the auction total. All right, you have just participated in Rotary polling online. Get ready for that in upcoming weeks as well. Thanks, Jeff. That seemed to work well. Let us pull up a couple of slides. First one is just a reminder of duty rosters. This is what it looks like. It's in your beacon. I did notice we have Graydon Oldfield doing his official duty as beacon editor today. I did not see Michael LaCollier doing Zoom attendance today, but I'm sure he had a backup plan. So we'll find out about that soon, I'm sure. And John O'Brien had a real easy job on setup and takedown today. Since
SAA Eric,
present.
SAA
Yes,
Eric
sir.
as team captain, I can tell you we had a backup, but once you go to all Zoom, Betty Ann Lewis does it herself.
Okay.
My full team was available and serving.
Well done, Captain Doug. All right, let's go to next slide. Okay, we heard from Julia from Rotaract today. There is another project. Jason MacArthur sent out a great email on this, so hopefully you got it. The Interact Club, which is our youngest Rotarians in town, 12 to 18-year-olds, they've created a pop-up Christmas shop. And they're actually using Club Runner through the Barrie Huronia Club as their shop background. So I signed on to this, was able to make my $75 purchase of jars in about 4 minutes. So absolutely, get on there, help out the Interact Club. This is a nice, innovative, kind of a hands-on project for them, and a really nice way to use Club Runner to its full effect as well. So thanks for that. Let's do another one. We've already talked with Julia about the car rally, but do take a look for that. Graydon has all the details. He's going to put it in the bulletin. I know Graydon will have the bulletin out in no time whatsoever, so you can get signed up and do a road trip on behalf of Rotary. And okay, so now a bit of finding. I did notice that Mr. Tuckey was online. It's been a little while since we've been able to circle back on Todd's day in the media. Tremendous media coverage for the Chamber of Commerce, in the news, CTV News. What we really liked about this was, of course, the sign that Mr. Ducky chose to stand in front of. Todd, you're online. Why don't you unmute and tell us a little bit about your choices?
Afternoon, President Deb, SAA Eric. If you did watch that whole news clip, Eric, it started off with Snap Magazine, and I had them placed strategically right in front of the Rotary wheel so that the Festival of Trees was the kickoff and the main point. And then I had to go into an interview on behalf of the Chamber, and just by fluke, the Tamarco sign happened to be in the background that I paid Rotary to put there. So I think we were pretty good.
I did actually notice the Rotary sign. That was a really nice placement. And we didn't have Rudy Mack on the line because he might have been a nice opportunity as well. President Deb, how do you like that explanation? What do you think?
I think I'm gonna give Todd a break. It is going into the Christmas season. He's been a great Rotarian and very active, so we will give him a break today.
Thank you, President Deb.
Good deal. All right, let's take a look at this next one. Catherine, you and I had a nice little chat last week. You can unmute. I caught this picture of Catherine on last week's meeting just before her hubby spoke to the club. So I had to ask Catherine, so what's in the cup? Did she need a brace of courage before listening to her hubby, Dr. Brad Dibble, speak once again? Catherine, what's your story?
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe it was something other than coffee. Brad doesn't get nervous, but sometimes I get nervous for him. But oh, I'm sorry, President Deb, SAA Eric. And it's a very flattering shot, by the way. Thanks so much, Eric. I appreciate that.
That was my pleasure.
On the website?
Not currently on the website, but who knows? Maybe social media will pick it up.
Thanks.
President Deb, what do you think you'd like to do about the failure to address the chair?
Well, as many people know, Catherine and I go back many, many, many years. And so she should know me well enough. So I'd say $5 for the no president.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Catherine. Yes, you got to watch yourself on Zoom. I will always be looking for you. Let's take a look. Did I get, there was one more batch of pictures from last night. We don't have Mr. Galbraith here, do we? No. Is there one more slide on the deck? Oh, there we go. All right, many of you will be having your committee meetings this year. So this was the SAA Christmas dinner. And it looks like a good time was being had with all protocols in place at a local restaurant. President Deb, who's the committee chair for this?
Oh, it's SAA Eric.
And was SAA Eric there, present at the meeting?
No, he was not.
Wow. That's a committee chair that really ought to be fined, don't you think?
Well, other than he did pay and offer to pay for all the spirits for the evening, which was very nice, and we made full use of that.
So how was the committee dinner?
The committee dinner was awesome. It was so nice to be out and about and see people. It was fun. Although we had a glass partition between us, we were still able to kind of shout and talk and have some fun. So a little touch of the old time was nice.
I didn't see that Carrie was online today, but there was a nice blurry shot of her as well. So we'll have to find out whether the blurring was a factor of the photographer or of the actual subjects of the photograph.
Well, I can help out with that because they actually didn't even finish. I don't know if it was their third or fourth bottle of wine, but they had left it on the table. And we took full advantage of that and took it home with us. So good luck, Carrie, you're not getting it back.
All right, last note from mine. Let's see. All right, I was going to give a shout out once more about the Rotary Book Project and the Apple Dumpling Contest. It inspired me to make a batch for the family yesterday. And, we've had the book project for, 3-4 years now. And I've always meant to make the dumplings, and I'd never gotten around to it. I did not bring any in today, but I just wanted to congratulate them all again on really making this a thing.
Yeah, awesome. And maybe next.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
I did bring cookies for President Deb and Secretary Jeff. So that's all I got, President Deb.
Awesome. Thank you very much, SAA Eric. And again, if you've got any good dirt on anybody, please pass it on so we can share it with everyone, and everybody can, oh, I can get rid of this, and share it with everyone and have some fun while we're on these meetings. So early leavers, if you do need to leave, now would be the appropriate time. It is nice to send the speaker a quick note down in the chat to just let them know that you're having to leave. It is a bit odd when the screen blips when you are in the midst of a talk. So it is same with in person. It is much nicer to leave now versus through the talk. Thank you, Chris, and thank you for sharing your story. Yeah, it just, I wish we weren't under COVID, and I wish I could just give you a big hug. So love you so much. Jody.
President Deb. Chris, I guess it's my job to give you a verbal hug. When a Rotarian does their classification talk, I have a tear duct problem too, just so you know we're on the same team. They are always the strongest and most amazing, holy shit, presentations that we have. Sorry, guys. This takes it to another level. You've redefined strength, courage, calm, perseverance, and somehow you've maintained a sense of humor. You said you don't think you look too bad. I think you look beautiful, man. I'm honored to do this. I'm happy, and you know, you and I got to know each other a little bit in the last little while, and I really look forward to working with you next year on the board. And you're the strongest individual I've ever met. It's incredible for you to get up here and share this, what you've shared with our club today. I thank you for that, Chris. Dude, unbelievable. I've got nothing else to say. I'm speechless. I just, cheers is all I can say, and thank you.
Thanks, Jody. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Yes. I know here I'm just kind of just there. Again, Chris, I just want to give you a big hug, and I hope very soon we can see each other in person so I can do that. But thank you so much for sharing your story. And part of a thank you is, a certificate, and a big thank you for being our speaker today and doing your classification. That is, I think this is the official inauguration into Rotary, when you go from joining the Rotary to being a Rotarian. This is certainly one of the points that makes you a true Rotarian, especially in our club. So we have made a donation to polio for, thanking you for this, and a thank you to the fight against COVID-19. And yeah, I'm a bit choked up here, Chris, so just great big hug, and we'll go from there.
And a copy of those comments so I can read through them. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, we'll leave this open a little bit so we'll not have Jeff cut us off too soon there. But we do have President Deb's Stronger Together, Inspired moment. It does come from our youngest president, who was elected at the age of 27. And unfortunately, he did pass away at the age of 91 in 2017. He answered the call to action after being asked to help by a former mayor of Barrie and said, although you are young and busy, we need you to start a youth membership drive. Past President Jim shared they started the Barrie Rotary auction and went on to raise over $4,000 in 1948 for the new addition to the old RV hospital. Past President Jim understood the substantial number of volunteers giving their time and heart to make things happen. Past President Jim came up with this slogan, volunteerism, the glue that holds the community together. So truly inspiring. Chris, truly inspiring. Thank you. And if there's nothing for the good of Rotary, I declare this meeting adjourned.
Thanks,
Kyle,
President
yes,
Deb.
we can. Yeah, we can unmute if anybody wants to chat.
Thanks, Chris. That was awesome.
Thanks, Pastor.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Dutchman.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Larry.
Excellent, Chris. Good job.
Chris, that was absolutely wonderful.
Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
Chris, have you seen Training Day, Chris?
Not sure. Denzel?
With Denzel Washington, and he yells into the crowd. He says, "King Kong ain't got shit on me." That's you, man. That's you. You're an amazing person. Thanks for sharing
Thanks,
us.
Jay.
You truly
I
are.
remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. It was so great for you to share that information with all of us in the club.
Thanks a lot, Ken.
You're
Appreciate
a
it.
rock, and I've really enjoyed working with you on the Community Service Committee. You're doing a great job there as well.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Really appreciate it.
Congratulations on being a partner now in Powell Jones. You really deserve it.